Okay, it's day 3, Thursday, March the 5th at the Arnold Classic here in Columbus. Now, yesterday, Hector, we had some very good news that spectators were allowed to attend both the amateur and the pro. But since this morning, there's been some more developments. Do you want to tell us more?
What I've gathered from this morning is that the city mayor and the governor are a little bit PO'd because of the slight adjustments that have been made to the Arnolds. So basically, the original agreement on Tuesday was that only the show itself, the pro show, the amateurs were going to compete, and only certain strongman events were going to happen.
Yeah.
Since then, the Arnold itself has added a few more things. They've allowed the meet and greet to happen.
Yes, that was the meet and greet. That was a big deal for us, especially for us, because that's why we that's for me, that's the real, the kickoff, the start of the pro events, you know. So I was very happy about that.
So that wasn't in the original agreement. And that is
Right.
taking them off.
Oh,
Along with that, another thing that was added on is now spectators, friends and family, as what is quoted on the letter from the governor, or it was. I need to reread the email, double check it, but on there stated that before it wasn't allowed, now it is.
No, hang on. How I read it was on the article online was, originally on Tuesday they said that friends and that was the proposal. Friends and family were allowed, but the thing is, how do you define what friends and family are?
Precisely.
I mean, if you've got 2,000 people there, they could all say, "Well, I'm friends and family." Yeah, exactly. So I don't understand how they could refuse some people and allow others to come in.
Right.
So it's all a bit. It's too grey area. Also, I think it's representative of the kind of chaos of, and we were just talking to JM there, and he says that him, Tyler, and Jim Mannion, the president of the MPC, were talking till literally 2 a.m. last night. So there was a lot of meetings. There's a lot of emergency meetings, emergency calls, phones going off constantly. So I think we're just all trying just to catch up, aren't we?
Right. And the other thing that JM brought up is Disneyland is not closed.
Yeah.
Disney World is not closed in Florida, and there's no precautions down there. So why is it that the Arnold's is the one catching the toll for this?
Plus, how many expos? I mean, even just in Columbus, I could see in the expo hall there was other events going on. There was collective amounts of people. There, expos, concerts. I don't understand why they've singled out the Arnold Classic.
Exactly, and the one thing that was really brought up on this meeting was the fact that you have people coming in from 80 countries.
Right. Oh, I see. That's right. Okay. Plus, I think, is there anywhere in America where you're probably going to get 200 to 250,000 people in one state coming from? Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Disney World.
Yes, yeah, you've got me there. You've got me there, mate. Yeah.
All these big concerts.
Yeah.
Supposedly the WWE, one of these big events,
Yeah.
is possibly looking at also going through the same thing that we're going through now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
I'm just trying to think of an equivalent, like concerts But Disneyland, I don't know the kind of volume they get of people there, but I mean, I suppose you're going to get people literally. It's the same, isn't it? You're going to get people coming from all over the world.
Exactly. So how can we single out the Columbus?
So what do you think? What do you think's going through Arnold's mind right now? Because people were sort of.
What can we do and what can't we do? That's what I think he's going to do.
Oh, right, I see. Yeah.
Because what was allowed, what was mentioned, is that certain single ticket events are going to be allowed.
Okay.
Specific. It didn't say which specific ones, but the one that was specified is the actual pro show.
Okay.
That is they must have that.
That's the thing he wanted to salvage, wasn't it? That's the one thing he wanted to take from that.
Right.
I don't think they would have. But the thing is, they were saying they wanted the pro event, but with no spectators. Just
initially, that's what the initial thing.
That would have been a disaster. That would have been a disaster. Right, yeah. Do you think they just did that to appease them, and then because we've seen the way that they've been doing medical screening and stuff like that, so they've been showing willing. That's the most important thing.
So the question is there going to be a medical screening prior to going in? We don't know yet. We don't know what
Sorry, you're talking about the pros now?
As far as like, we'll just go into these events.
Right, okay.
Is there going to be some type of medical screening prior to? We don't know.
Well, I spoke to the some of the staff downstairs, some of the Arnold reception staff, and I said, so this medical screen, I said, what exactly does that entail? Does that include, is it blood tests or is it swab tests? And they said, well, the first stage is they check if you've got a temperature. Then if you've got a temperature, I mean, you could just have a cold, you could be on some fat burners, you could be on some thermogenics. True. You could just, like you yesterday, were just running through the corridor. That's why I said to you, I said, make sure they don't check your forehead because you've got a sweaty forehead, mate. But then if you do have a temperature, then I think you would go to the next. I didn't ask what the next stage was. I'm assuming it might even be a blood test or something like that. Right. So, and then it goes to the next stage, and then obviously they take appropriate action.
Right. So we'll find out more as the day, everything progresses, and as soon as we're done with this, I gotta go upstairs, render this video, and then head over to the amateur to get some of the amateur stuff on.
Cool.
For MD coverage as well.
Yeah, cool. Obviously the new wellness category as well at the Arnold, so that's
my big hubbub right now.
Well, because you're doing a lot of video content for that new category because it is exploding. Because it's been in Europe for a few years now, and it was already kind of it picked up speed. So I knew it was going to be popular when it got to America.
And judging that's going to be pre-judging and finals today for them.
Okay. So did they rearrange the amateur that much? I suppose they moved it from the expo, so they had to condense it.
Yeah, they had to move, and then as JM mentioned, there was an additional event that was added on prior to even the event starting, which I'm not going to discuss what it was, but we kind of shocked both of us.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. Okay.
I tell you what, there's a lot of pressure for the judges there because they're going to be, have to really be on top of their game in terms of scheduling and booking time and making sure they're judging fast enough, aren't they?
Right. They're not going to be able to. I'm sure they're going to get a good look at each individual, but I think they're going to do a little more in a more expedited manner.
Yeah.
Where they get everyone through properly, but everyone gets looked at properly.
Well, it's going to be a challenge, and then the thing is, there's updates from hour to hour at the moment, isn't there? Right. There really is. Right. So it's just, I think it's just a sit and wait scenario for all of us. When I got off the plane, it was only like 2 days ago. It was like the expo. It was just everyone was just. It was a bit of a panic, wasn't there? There was a bit of a panic, and it was a bit of a weird atmosphere when I got here, but. Slowly but surely, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes here that really, I just hope we can kind of get through this. I hope we can get through this and everyone gets to compete, everyone gets their chance on stage because there's people coming from all over the world. I mean, let's put aside all the companies that have come from all over the world to exhibit the expo, and I just hope they get their money back. I hope because I know one British a startup company that's they've brought a team of people. They brought videographers over, and these people have really. So they really. I saw one of their videos online, and you could see they just looked so dejected because they were so excited about coming over. And so those are the kinds of people I really feel for.
Right. Yeah, I feel you on that. I completely understand because again, you had a couple other local companies here. They're getting ready to do their startup, and now they can't even do that.
Yeah, I feel really bad for those guys. Really bad. So we'll just keep you guys updated as and when. Any more news that comes in, we'll do as much research as we can because obviously we're talking to people around, and like we just had a good chat there with J.M. Mannion, who's obviously he's part of the Pro League. He's the one who was he was the one that released the news, I think, on the Pro League. Correct. Instagram about good news, guys, and we're like, last night we were all kind of feeling he's on it. He's the first one to put out any type of information, any type of updates. That's him. Yeah, so that's good. So I really appreciate all the efforts that people are going to, and of course, I said we'll keep you guys updated as often as we can. So we'll report back as and when, and let's just hope we can get through this and get a really good Arnold 2020. And it'll be interesting to see what happens in this next few days. Okay, guys, we'll catch you later.